Kia ora koutou. No mai ki Eisdell Moore Centre 2025 funding round. Ko Alehandrea tōku ingoa.
Ko Suzanne Purdy tōku ingoa.
And today we're going to go through the overview and application process for the 2025 funding round.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
We will change slides. So we're trying something new for 2025. We're pretty excited about this plan for a staged funding approach, and we have applications opening next week on Wednesday, the 16th of April. And of course, what we have always hoped to do in our Eisdell Moore Centre is to be able to support impactful transdisciplinary research in hearing and balance health.
Cool.
Yeah.
The funding strategy is aimed at delivering our long-term goals. So really looking into healthy ear and hearing for tamariki, hearing and balance health across the life course, equitable health for Māori and Pacific communities, and new knowledge and innovative interventions.
And those of you who've been part of Eisdell Moore Centre for a while will know that we have two flagship programs. Firstly, we're very focused on looking at solutions to known inequities in ear balance and hearing care in Aotearoa, New Zealand, but we're also very interested in this other program of innovative, accessible technologies and interventions.
So we're very excited to share our first fund. Do you want to share that with everyone?
Yeah, so we're pretty happy with our new acronym, our Early to Advanced Research EAR, Stage 1 and Stage 2 funding. So first of all, Stage 1 funding is funding for collaboration, engagement and scoping of research ideas. So we want to support at Stage 1 level projects that will develop collaborations, community engagement and develop relationships with Māori and Pacific communities. Do you want to add something about that, Alehandrea?
Yes, I think it's important that within the EAR Stage 1 that we really focus on how we're going to support your project, somewhat like a seeded project, to be able to provide your thoughts and ideas with communities so that it can be translated into communities, hopefully for Stage 2. So the grant amount is $5,000 to $10,000 for up to 1 year, and there are 6 available for this year, so there are a few upcoming. So hopefully we'll be able to seed and help out your projects. And then the eligible activities that you can apply for is travel, meetings, workshop, community engagement, so how you'll be able to work with communities, as well as literature reviews. And then the deliverable for this is really trying to figure out how you'll be able to extend this to the Stage 2 funding or funding applications to other agencies.
So I think it's really important to look at those eligible activities, because looking at your project, do you still need to be engaged with all of these activities before you can go to actual data collection phase? So that sort of leads into Stage 2, the Stage 2 EAR funding. So we're also calling this seed funding because it's still in the process of developing and extending research and cementing institutional and community collaborations, and taking a seeded research idea, which might have been something that's already had Stage 1 funding through other agencies or other activities have happened, so that you think you're ready already at this point to go straight to Stage 2 seed funding. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And so we've had past applications that we've had past funds, seed funding in the past, and they've grown to apply to EMC funding as well, and also outside. So for example, MB and HRC as well. So it's really helped to be able to kind of pilot some studies, to be able to extend from there as well. So it's been nice to see other studies and projects and teams flourish from seed funding from the EMC.
Yeah. And you can see if you need to test the feasibility of some research activity or establish your methods or gather some pilot data, that's perfectly in the scope of this year stage 2 seed funding.
3 available for this year?
Oh yes, 3 available for this year. Yeah, and the duration for this grant application can be 1 to 2 years. Yeah, so one of the things we have done in the past is to have small amounts of money to support our amazing early and mid-career researchers to continue to develop their research. It's not a lot of FTE, but we have funding available for up to 0.4 FTE, so 2 days for a year, plus $1,500 for research expenses. And you can see the activities listed there as eligible activities around finalizing research that may not quite have got to that end point in a PhD, etc., publishing papers, engaging with community to move the research to the next stage, and with industry partnerships. And because you are an early career researcher, you should talk to this one as well, Alehandrea.
I think, publishing papers is probably one for ECRs to kind of look more into. Some of the journals might be a bit more expensive, so these will help in that sort of sense. But also the 0.4 FTE will assist with your research activities as well. So hopefully the research fellows out there will apply for this. It's a really great support grant for you.
Kia ora. And we also have travel grants. So we're aware that the need to apply for travel funding varies across the year because it depends on conference deadlines. But we're releasing an amount of up to 20,000 in total until this travel award is fully used up. And obviously it applies to going to conferences, but we also want to extend it to participating in courses that would advance research skills and also bringing visitors to the country that might advance research. So it's a little bit broader than just a travel grant that enables somebody to attend and present a paper at a conference.
Yeah, I like that last point. You might know somebody overseas that you really want to learn more from or bring them over. You might have students or a team that you want to introduce them to, and they might have some innovative ideas that you want to have a meeting about. So I think those funds will assist in that area.
Yes, and maybe have even more impact if you can bring an expert to the country rather than just one person going to visit that lab. So that's a good thing to think about. And we're limiting it to doctoral candidates rather than including master's students, for example, and those who are at least in their second year of their doctoral studies so that they are relatively progressed with their research activities and also research and academic staff. And the process, we have put the application documents into a Dropbox, and the link will be provided when you get the funding call email. We will need the proposal template completed and the budget template for all applications. There's the email address in your email to make it easier for our admin team. If you can list the grant name as well as EMC grant application, and you can see that the deadline is the 28th of May at the close of business at 5 o'clock. And just to expand a bit on the expectations for people's applications, Alehandrea, do you want to talk about responsiveness to Māori?
Yeah. So the R2M is acronym for responsiveness to Māori, and really what we want you to think about within your applications, but also your research processes, is thinking about how your research might advance Māori health, but also within your own sort of research sphere, how your upskilling in areas of Māori cultural competency and cultural safety within your research. Also thinking about how you might collaborate with Māori communities, Māori researchers, so that your research isn't just dial up a Māori, but also just thinking about how you're collaborating with communities. So this is probably a document you have seen before, but we have updated it to 2025. So there'll be some new resources in there, and we will pop that in the Dropbox link as well.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
And just importantly, we really would welcome applications that are aligned with our broad EMC goals, but we, of course, are very happy to have a conversation with people about their research ideas at any stage, as well as in relationship to this grant round. I think we just have an email address now. Yeah. So if you do have questions, please contact us via the email with that subject line. And we'll be open to any queries, actually, because it's better for us to have those conversations in advance so that we have high quality applications coming to us. Yeah. Any last thoughts?
No, just please apply. There are great grants available through the Eisdell Moore Centre, and we're more than happy to assist you through this as well. So yes, as Suzanne said, please get in touch with us if you have any concerns or have any questions, and we'll hopefully be able to get in touch with you.
Kia ora, we just
Ngā
have
mihi.
a last slide. Ngā mihi.